英語の時間です。
Hi guys, this is Eigo Nodo speaking. Today I would like you to meet 外国語大好きおじさん. He lives in Singapore. He recently tried Eigo Nodo and he says that his English is really changing. Please meet 外国語大好きおじさん from Singapore. この21ページに行ってみましょうかね。Let's go to page 21.
Okay.
日本語の場合はまって in Japanese we kind of produce a really like all of a sudden kind of sound. Ma,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
But in English it's like m, m. You can say each consonant independently. Can you try just saying m like m?
M.
Yes. And actually there's three parts to it, to the
Okay.
life cycle.
Right.
In the beginning your mouth is kind of open. And then you begin breathing.
Okay.
And then it's going to sound like this. And then the lips are going to close. That's
Right.
the midpoint. That's the midpoint of the sound.
Okay.
And then it opens and gradually kind of the sound disappears. So it's one whole life cycle.
Okay.
Go ahead.
M.
You are adding but so remove that. It's just
Right. Okay.
m. That's good.
M. Okay.
That's good. So m, m, e.
Okay. M. M.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's try with D. So
Okay.
you resonate the sound of D in the throat.
Okay.
Okay. As deep as you can. But in the beginning, your mouth is
Right.
really relaxed. It's a little bit open. Okay.
Okay.
Breathe
Right.
in a lot of air and then.
Okay. Okay.
D. That's pretty good.
Okay.
D. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. That's good. You want to try with T again? In the beginning, the tongue
Right.
has to lay flat. Okay.
Okay.
And your
Okay.
mouth is open, and then go. T. Try that.
Okay.
Okay. I think you're forcing too much. So you're forcing too much in the mouth,
Okay.
but try to
Right.
relax and just resonate to the extent possible in the throat.
Okay.
All right, that's good.
Okay.
I feel like you're really forcing it, but try to just do it like, softly. Yeah. Try to achieve the maximum resonation in the throat as much
Okay.
as you can, not in the mouth.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that's good. Anyways, you did a good job.
Thank you.
So that's a good thing.
Page 22.
All right.
Okay. The section that mentions Luton.
Right.
And I have been trying hard to actually, how should I say, to generate this Luton, but I just couldn't do it. So
Just imagine that your head
Right.
is cut off, like you don't have the head, and it's just the throat that's moving.
Right.
Then that's the only thing. Yeah.
because over here it mentions that before the sound of the consonant, in this case it's M, right?
Uh-huh.
Before the sound of M comes out, there is this teeny weeny sound that comes out, which is
Right.
called Luton.
It's
Or
like-
is it something too subtle that that is almost not audible?
I think if I exaggerate, it
Right.
sounds like
Yeah.
almost like but it's like m.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Can you do it again?
M. Yeah.
Okay. Another concept that I didn't quite get is the one mentioned on page 67.
You really studied this stuff.
I
seriously.
did. Trust me.
Did?
I did. Page 67, the one where it mentions akubi pop.
Yeah.
Yeah. How does it happen?
If it's like the throat is really relaxed and
Okay.
say, you have a feeling of the akubi yang area kind of expanding. It's just
Okay.
as if the throat is kind of
Right.
like you feel a small puff. Like that. Yeah. I think for Japanese people, they tend to feel it in the mouth, like a really, really sharp sound in the mouth.
Okay,
So instead of that, you need
Right.
to feel like puffing. It's a very small sensation. So
Right. No. It's like it mentions something about popcorn being popped, right? That kind of sensation.
Right.
I have yet to experience something like this. So
I
maybe
think the use of popcorn here may not
Right.
be the best because it's so small.
Right.
Popcorn is like, right? But it's
Yeah,
more
exactly.
like puffing.
Yeah.
It's like puff.
Puff, right? Okay.
Yeah, it's like really soft.
Okay. Another question that I wanted to ask you was that the difference between the yawning area and burping area, right? I just found it difficult to actually switch back and forth between the yawning area and the burping area, because if I really want to be conscious, right, I'm afraid that my English will not come out natural.
Actually, you need to be conscious. You need to be conscious only when you are practicing with the book.
Okay.
So when you actually have to speak it, pretend as if everything is happening in the burp, and that's going to work just fine. There are two reasons. Yeah, go ahead.
If I stick to the burping area, right, whenever there is a need to switch back, I think the sound should come out naturally, without...
It's going to happen naturally anyways. Yeah, so... And there's another reason, which is that with the burp area, you can produce any sounds. And that's actually, I think French people do in speaking French, according to Gina. Like their language is so, deep, resonated so deeply at
I think so. I agree. Yeah, in a sense that it's a very throaty language.
Right, and that's how they speak English too, I think.
Do you think it varies in degrees? Like, for example, I was thinking that Spanish people, they make heavy use of the throat.
I think so too,
as compared to
that's right.
languages. Right. So
I think so.
Right. And it also varies, even within the English language, right? I've noticed something very interesting, that whenever I see Americans at the airport, you can tell straight away that there are some Americans around because they're so loud, as compared to the British, for example.
Okay. Yeah.
Or when I turn on CNN and BBC, I always think that the anchors on CNN are so incredibly loud.
But, to me, British guys on CNN also are pretty loud. If you know one of the guys, I forgot his name, but it's like, how does he goes? He's a economic specialist or something, and he goes,
I see.
In Britain today, blah, 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 blah. So he's loud too. So.
Okay. I'm just wondering, between the British and the Americans, right, which one of them makes heavier use of the throat?
I feel like they both use the throat.
Okay.
And French people use even more, like deeper, in terms of deeper.
Right.
Yeah. But in some, in America, there are people who speak ghetto English, and they use minimum use of the mouth. So it's like this, like you're not using the mouth at all and speak like this or something.
Right.
That's how they speak in the ghetto in America. So, but I think they speak French too. In French, they speak French like that. Je parle français, j'habite à l'États-Unis. Right? Isn't that how they speak French? Yeah. And it's a good thing to speak deeply in the throat and low like this, because it has, as a man, I think it's a good thing. In the Western culture, men are expected to speak, like this, but in Japan, women are expected to speak in a high-pitched voice, because that's what one of the essays included in the Blue Book, if you read it.
I did.
Yeah. And in the West, women can speak low or high either way. It doesn't matter. But men have to speak low and in a very resonant way. Right. But in Japan, it could be the opposite, right? Because women are expected to speak in a high-pitched voice, but men can speak high or either way. And sometimes we show our politeness and sincerity.
Yeah. That's true. But, if you speak with a low, well-rounded sound, you can come off as being more confident.
That's right.
Than if you speak from the mouth.
Yeah.
For example,
Yeah.
That's what I think. Yeah. But already my clients are noticing the difference.
Really?
in the way I
That's
vocalize.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was talking with my client the other day, and
Yeah.
he was just asking me, "Hey, how come you sound so different today?" What is it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
of course. I didn't mention that I was actually, practicing my vocalization, but
Yeah.
but I was really glad that that there has been some difference
Yes, definitely.
happening.
I have to say that you are the best speaker of English coming from Japan right now. I mean, I have never met anybody who speaks English at your level.
Oh, thank you.
Right now, yeah. So that's so cool to be able to. I have seen. Yep. I met this woman about a month ago in Anaheim, California. I was attending a conference, and she spoke very good English, and I was very surprised.
Is she a Japanese American, or is
she's Japanese? And I asked her, "Why is your English so good?" And she said that she learned French.
Oh, she learned French.
And by doing so, she learned to speak from the throat.
That explains.
Yeah. So
it does. Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm there are some guys in Japan who are really improving their English using Eigo no Do, and I look forward to seeing more improvement. Guys like Masa and Kazi, and they're really catching up.
I think so. Yeah, I've listened to the recordings, and I think they're pretty good. They're pretty good.
They're good, yeah. And their English, because they learned it by actually using it. Yep. Their English is very natural, and that's how people have to learn English. I think. Yeah.
Right. But let me just say, these books that you have put out, right, it's revolutionary.
It is revolutionary.
It is.
But see, this book came out almost 4 years ago in 2007. Yep. So, I have been waiting for people to notice it. I'm glad that you did.
I did, most certainly. Yeah. And, if you don't mind, right, I would like to introduce this book in my blog.
That would be great.
Or even on my YouTube channel.
That would be awesome.
Right. So I can kind of demonstrate, what is the difference before and after I have learned this book.
Yeah.
I hope you also see the difference. I hope you also see the difference. Yeah. Prior to reading this book and after that,
Oh yeah, that would be awesome, man.
Yeah, luckily I shot some, English videos on my YouTube.
Yeah.
So that can actually serve as the evidence of kind of difference it makes.
I think one thing I can mention about your style of speech, it's not about pronunciation, but you appear very polite when you speak.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, but I think you may strategically use more deep and resonant voice to kind of appear more confident, because politeness may appear kind of as weakness in business situations.
It does. Yeah, it does.
So that's what I would like to advise.
Right. Yeah, it's a good point because if I speak from the mouth, right?
Yeah.
You will always come out being a bit lacking in confidence or something like that, right?
Push it down.
Right.
Yeah. And I think I have been better about it myself. But I catch myself going high up once in a while.
英語のどまた明日